Tweaks, small tweaks. That's what we have here with the version 7 of the Traska Freediver. You may remember I reviewed the Freediver last year, and that one was version 5. Shortly after, a version 6 was released, and now this year, in 2025, we have version 7. Not a whole lot has changed because Traska feels they really have created the perfect version of this watch. This V7 takes the bezel and dial tweaks from V6, and it's now available in new colors and now has quick release spring bars as well. So why review it again? Well, I do think this is the best version of the Freediver so far, with the new fully integrated bezel and this blue color, which is dubbed Chaoen Blue. And it's just an easy wearing, great looking everyday diver style watch, and it's still relatively affordable at $705, much cheaper than an Aura 65 as an example, or of course a two-door Black Bay. It's still 40.5 millimeters, still has a hard coating to the case and bracelet, and it's still running a Miyota 9039. Let's dive in and see why this is such a great everyday piece. Yes, this latest version does not have a lot of changes, and if you have a version 5 or version 6, this is probably not compelling enough for you to grab another unless you feel you really need to have one of the new colors like this blue or the hunter green. Charcoal black is still available, as is the Arctic white, and as I said, the only real upgrade, if you will, to this version over the 6 is now it has quick release pins for the bracelet, which I'll discuss more in a bit. The price has of course gone up a bit as well, just like most things these days, from $660 for the V5 to now $705. I don't remember what the V6 went for, but I'm going to imagine it was probably somewhere in between. But if you don't have one of these yet, and you are looking for an easy wearing everyday piece and like to wear a dive watch over a field or sport type watch, etc., well, this is a solid example. Now let's be honest here, a lot of what I'm saying here is subjective of course, because there are a lot of watches like this one on the market as far as the basic look, and of course many that can be had cheaper. They may have a cheaper movement or they don't have the hard coating, but yes, you can buy a cheaper 3-hand 40mm no crown guard dive watch. So why do I like this one so much? Well, it's a well-made piece. This is the third Traska watch I have now reviewed to date, and I find them to be well made and comfortable, and in this case, I just love the look of a clean dive watch, not too rugged, not too flashy, and I like that this one is still 40.5 millimeters, a great size for a watch such as this. This new blue is a really great shade of blue. It's based on the colors in the city of Chefchaoen in Northeast Morocco. And if I mispronounced that city, my apologies. I'm not good with foreign pronunciations at all, as most of you know. It's an enamel dial, yet it doesn't look like it most of the time. It looks to be more of a flat enamel, yet you will see reflections of the applied indices and the hands on the dial, but I don't find it to be distracting, and the dial is clearly seen through the box-style domed sapphire crystal. Those indices still have polished metal edges which give a little sparkle in the light, and it's a very sparse dial. Only the logo and the brand name along with the water resistance, and of course we have to say automatic on the dial. If there's one thing I would change, replace automatic with the model name. Also, date versions are available using the Miyota 9015, though the blue date is already sold out, even though these released just a few days ago. The 120 click bezel is still nice and crisp, but just the slightest amount of play. It snaps into place for the most part, but you can see there's just a touch of wiggle, if you will. Nothing I would call a defect though. It's extremely easy to grip and move, so while it's not 100% perfect, it is a very nice example of a dive bezel. The insert is still ceramic, that great shade of blue matching the dial as best it can, and since version 6, Traska basically enlarged the hash marks and numbers a little, and compared to the dots and hashes from version 5, I much prefer this bezel insert. Now, I'm a sucker for a fully indexed bezel such as this, not sure why. Maybe it makes it seem more like a professional dive watch or more tool-like, even if this is more of a dress diver. Nothing has changed to the crown as far as I can tell. It's still the same size and it has that coin edge grip, and the top has the Traska logo. It's easy to grip and turn, and that's about it. It's simple and functional as it should be, and it screws down with good feedback. The case is unchanged as well. Now, originally the Traska Freediver was more slab-sided with a brushed finish, but a few iterations ago they changed to more of this domed or slightly bulbous case that is fully high polished with a chamfer that runs along the top of the brushed part of the case. I think we all know by now that I prefer more of a brush case with a polished chamfer, but with that hard coating, it keeps the case free from fingerprints and will keep the scratches away longer than if it wasn't coated. It still has drilled lugs, but now you have quick release bars on the bracelet, so I guess kind of the best of both worlds. If you put this on a strap, the drilled lugs are going to make it easy to take off, and the bracelet is just a pinch away from taking it off. Around the back, nothing has changed as well, still a relatively flat case back, and then the bracelet, minus the quick release bars, is unchanged also. It's very nicely brushed, it uses screw bars for the links, and it has that awesome quick adjust tool-less clasp system. Man, that's hard to say. Now, I've said this before, not all of these are created equal. These days, many have a similar type of clasp. These are not dive extensions, but rather a way to get more of that perfect fit on the wrist. And the link just slides in and out of the clasp. Now, this one is just so smooth. It's easy to press and slide in and out, and again, not all are this way. Frankly speaking, some of them are kind of janky. So of course, on my 7.5 inch or 19.05 centimeter wrist, this is a very comfortable piece. No rough edges anywhere, it's noticeable on the wrist, but not heavy at 155 grams, and the bracelet should fit up to just about an 8-inch wrist with that extension all the ways out. Last year, I said it was as close to perfect size-wise for what I prefer to wear these days, and initially this time around, I thought maybe it was a touch too small, but that was probably more because I took off a 50mm G-Shock before I put this on. The more I wore it, the more I loved the size, and I think it wears slightly larger, ever so slightly larger than its stated specs. It's also, like I said, just a very comfortable piece on the wrist. Lume seems like it has been upgraded as well, either with an extra layer of Lume or maybe just a stronger BGW9. Either way, while it still won't be glowing 7 or 8 hours later in the dark like a Seiko might be, it does seem improved over the version 5 I reviewed last year. So is this the perfect all-around daily wear dive watch? Who knows? Everyone's going to have a different opinion on that, as we all like different qualities about a watch. I could say this, if this were the only watch I owned, I wouldn't be unhappy about it. It's attractive, well-made, well under $1,000, has a decent movement, a hard coating to keep those scratches at bay. It's extremely comfortable, and of course, you can take it in the water without worry. It's not flashy, doesn't have any gimmicks, and can easily be worn with the t-shirt and shorts, as well as with your dress or office attire. What do you think though? Are the new colors and the quick release pins enough, or were you hoping for more changes? Maybe some new dial markers or a change to the finishing, maybe a new style crown. Or is this perfect as it is for you? Head to the comments and let me know, as I want to hear your opinion. There's a written review at watchreport.com linked in the description, as well as a link to the Traska website. These seem to sell out quick. As I mentioned, the date version of this blue model is already sold out. Likes, subscribing, turning on notifications, you all know the deal. It's greatly appreciated and allows you to never miss any of our content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.